Hello there. My name is Paul Bernard, and this recording is designed to tell you a little bit about mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, or MBCT, as we often call it. I'm going to say something about how it was developed, and then my colleague Joe is going to tell you about what to expect if you come on one of the courses, and then I'll say something about the kind of benefits that MBCT can offer and some of the evidence that supports it. Mindfulness-based cognitive therapy was developed in the 1990s by 3 psychologists who were also researchers, and they had a special interest in the problem of recurrent depression, which, as you probably know, is really quite common and causes a great deal of suffering around the world. And so they developed MBCT by bringing together 2 different approaches. The first approach is a very ancient one, mindfulness meditation, and that's been around for thousands of years. And mindfulness really helps us to notice what's here in the present moment and to meet it with interest and kindness. The second approach is cognitive behavioural therapy, or CBT, which was developed much more recently, developed in the 20th century. CBT is very good at helping us to notice and understand our patterns of thinking, our patterns of feeling, and behavior. So 2 different approaches, but both of these approaches can help us to understand what causes our suffering and find ways to work with the mind so that we suffer less. And the program brings these 2 approaches together in a group program. And my colleague Joe is going to tell you a little bit more about that now. Thanks, Joe.
Hi, my name's Jo Cromitty, and I'm going to talk to you about what to expect when you come on a mindfulness-based cognitive therapy course. This is a course that's designed to teach you about mindfulness through experiencing it. And so there's lots of practicing mindfulness together. There is a teacher there who will be guiding you through a variety of mindfulness practices. There are 8 sessions where we meet together week by week. Each session is about 2.25 hours long, and there's a different theme to each session. So the practices that we do together, the meditations that you'll be guided in, are relevant to that particular theme. And then there's always an opportunity to discuss how you got on with that. What did you notice with that practice? What did you experience? And there's no obligation to speak if you don't want to. If you don't feel comfortable speaking out into the group, that's not a problem at all. It's important to know that we can learn a lot just from listening to others' experience. And then there'll also be doing some other activities together that explore the theme of the session in a little bit more detail. So some of that will be some group work, small group work. Some of that might be doing different exercises, maybe introducing a different mindfulness meditation to you. And then we give you the opportunity to put it into practice in the week that follows in your everyday life. So each week we give you an audio link to follow so that you can practice each day at home what we've already done on the course together. And there might be 1 or 2 other activities that we encourage you to do at home. And then you come back the next week and there's an opportunity to share what did you discover in that practice? What were you learning in the practice of that week? Even if there are obstacles to practicing, challenges to doing the mindfulness meditations at home, there's so much to learn from that. And it's good as well to share some of the benefits that we're beginning to experience from meditating a little bit more and being more mindful. It's good to have someone to share those with. So that's also what we do in the group together. There's also, about 3/4 of the way through the course, a longer time that we have together, and the teacher there will guide you through the practices that we've already learnt and might introduce 1 or 2 new ones. There's not really any talking in between times, so it gives you a chance to really ground yourself and really notice in a bit more detail, what is this experience of being present all about? What do I notice about myself? How does my mind behave? How's my body in this? What emotions are coming to the surface? There's so much to learn from all of that. And so some of that can sometimes be a bit challenging. Some of it can be a real joy, and it can be a really nourishing experience. So that's how the course goes. 9 sessions in total. And it is in a group context. It's helpful to know maybe there'll be about 10 or 15 people in the group. It will be the same people that you're with every time, so that you do get to know each other quite well. We can all feel a bit anxious when we're meeting with strangers in the beginning. We don't really know each other. But as we begin to share our experience and realize that we're not alone in our experiences, that does help us just to relax a little and appreciate each other and learn a lot. We're able to listen and learn a lot from each other. I think that's probably about all I need to tell you for now. I hope that's given you some insight and encouraged you to apply for the course, but no obligation to do that also. But Paul, I'm going to hand over to you now. Paul's going to talk to you a little bit about who this course is designed for, what the evidence is for its effectiveness, and also what might be some of the benefits that you would experience if you did come on the course. So thank you for listening, and over to you, Paul.
Thanks, Jo. So, who's the course for? Well, the course is designed for people who experience depression. Attending a course can be very helpful for current symptoms of depression, such as low mood, lack of pleasure, reduced energy, and also for problems such as anxiety that often come along with depression. If you're someone who experiences repeated episodes of depression, MBCT can reduce chances of relapse so that you may have fewer episodes in the future. It's worth saying that if your depression is so severe at the moment that you might not be able to really engage fully with the course, it's usually better to get a different kind of help first and then come on a course when things are a little easier for you. People give us feedback at the end of the course and further down the line. Not quite everyone that comes on a course finds it helpful, but most get some real benefits and are very glad that they came. Some people say it's changed their life, that it's the best thing they've ever done. People tell us that their symptoms have improved, their mood has lifted, they're feeling calmer, but they tell us other things too. They talk about having learned to be kinder to themselves and what a big difference that's made. And they talk about relating differently to their thinking, realizing that their thoughts are just thoughts. They're not facts. They're not the truth with a capital T. And this can be very liberating for people. A great thing about this course, MBCT, is the rigorous, high-quality research that supports it. There have been various different kinds of studies, and some of them have compared MBCT to other kinds of treatment, including antidepressant medication. And the research findings are really pretty robust and demonstrate that MBCT can be very helpful indeed. So that's why it's recommended in the national guidelines for depression. That's why it's provided by the NHS. And that's why our team exists. So we hope that this recording gives you a good understanding of what mindfulness-based cognitive therapy is all about. There's quite a lot in this recording, so feel free to watch it again, obviously. We hope it encourages you to come on one of our courses, and if you do, we look forward to working with you. Thanks.